It matters where you make it. I have Jeff Schaff from the Toledo Region Brand Initiative. Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. So we love that branding. That is amazing.
Thank you.
So where did it come from?
Well, the brand initiative started about 5 years ago,
Okay.
and it was a group of about 12 or 14 different organizations that came together to collaborate to promote and champion the Toledo region. So we didn't want to be out there having the impression of Toledo and the region being dictated by what you read in the media or what you hear from other outlets. We wanted to create our own messaging and create our own particular brand and feel for what you'd experience in the Toledo region. And the next evolution, the most likely thing as we were moving along, was to kind of freshen up, and we decided to engage with the new creative organization, and they developed the It Matters Where You Make It.
Great. And who was that organization that did it?
We're working with North Design, which is a local organization. They specialize in things like place branding for Olympic host cities as well as World Cup. And they do other local things as well, and the owner is from Toledo, moved away to Atlanta, and came back because he had such a strong passion and love for the region, so it was natural for them to help us with this.
That's so great. I think everybody leaves and comes back. I mean, Toledo has a lot to offer and so many great, wonderful things. So.
It does. We like when the boomerangs come back.
Yes, I'm one of them.
Well, that was a lot of the reasons that we loved it, what we were doing, and why we thought this was a great thing for us to do together.
It's a great partnership.
It was.
Yes.
It's great. And you were saying a dual meaning on It Matters Where You Make It.
It has a dual meaning. When we first rolled out the brand positioning, it was primarily focused on manufacturing. We were the heart of the new manufacturing economy because we have such a strong history of manufacturing. It's in our DNA with Jeep and Willys and Libby, and the list goes on and on. And so we wanted to still have that main focus and talk about our strengths as a manufacturing region, but also factor in that you can make a great life here. So it plays on, you can actually physically make something, or you can make your goals, you can make a great life, you can build, and yay, I made it, I achieved it type thing.
I love that.
I know, it's so inspiring, and it's a great place. Obviously, we all know if you have a family or whatever for kids and the school systems and all that stuff. Toledo Zoo, as we have in here.
If you look at the pictures that we're using, these are pictures of the assets within the community. So you have Jeep in the upper left-hand corner, but you also have the mud hens, that's an asset that you wouldn't think of from a manufacturing perspective.
That's right.
But you look at the fun that can be made there. You look at the memories that you make when you're at a mud hens or walleye game. So we really wanted to incorporate all of that into this next phase.
And I think things like that bring us together as a community as well.
Absolutely. When you take a look at these things and you're talking about Toledo, if you have family or friends that live outside of the region, what do you send them? You send them Mud Hens things, you send them University of Toledo things, you send them Bowling Green things. And when they come in, or when you came back into town, Corey, what was one of the first things you did? You probably went to Paco's, you probably went to the art museum, you probably went to the zoo. And when you start looking at those things that you see as a strength where you built your memories, that's what we're trying to sell to people who are looking to relocate here or build their business here.
And there's a lot of relocating going on. I mean, I know the city is doing a lot of different developing and
there's a lot of things going on. I mean, if you read the paper this past weekend, we're back as an automotive powerhouse with the number of jobs that have been developed and increased over the last 3 to 5 years since 2009 at Jeep and at Johnson Controls and those sorts of things. But then you look at some of the international companies that are locating here and the Regional Growth Partnership, the work that they're doing. Last week they had the Italian businessmen and women here, and they had 30 or 40 different companies that came in. So you look at what's being attracted to the region and the reasons why they're coming. It's our water. We're on the Great Lakes. It's the largest fresh water in the Northern Hemisphere. You start talking about our access to highways. Then you throw in our cultural institutions and our school systems, and it just continues to mushroom and grow and really is a great asset for all of us to be promoting.
It is. And you talk about the boomerangs, and there's great opportunity for us to grow, and there's great foundation. Talking about automotive, I think a lot of us have family that's where they started, and that's how that's how a lot of us grew up.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes third and fourth generation working in the automotive facilities here, and it's not the same type of work that was happening when our grandparents were doing it back in the 20s. It's clean, it's safe, it's very technical. There's not as many people on the line, but the people that are on the line are just as good and hardworking as the people back in the 1920s.
That's right. So, well, I love the new slogan, "It matters where you make it." And the colors, I think it's
Thank
great.
you.
And if people would like some more information or to, kind of get involved in this, where can they go?
They can go to our website, itmatterswhereyoumakeit.com. If you go to ToledoRegion.com, it'll take you there as well. If they want to start sharing images or using it on their own, there's a plethora of ways that they can do that. Use the hashtag #ItMattersWhereYouMakeIt when you're out and you're posting to Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. And we're incorporating those into our website. We want to make this a community, authentic brand message, so we want everybody to start using that. So
great. Hashtag "It matters where you make it."
Oh,
we're all over that one. Well, this has been great. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today.
Thanks for having me.